Vegapunk is not dead. Let me explain that, right? Now, I know since chapter 1108, when we seen him get stabbed, there were a lot of people saying, well, no, he's probably still alive or he could survive the stab. A lot of other people were calling them fools because they didn't pay attention to the panel where his heart monitor stopped beating. And, well, they are right. He died. That's clearly showing us he died. But I think Kuma was a surefire sign of foreshadowing that something like this would be possible. As soon as Vegapunk got introduced with the capability of splitting his brain from his body and separating that brain and making clones that started living sentient off of their own, okay, we got to remember. Okay, let me go back from the beginning. How this makes sense. If people don't know, because I think it makes sense, but let me say how it makes sense, right? Vegapunk, he's one man, one body, one brain. Not only is this a fictional world, right? So he has this devil fruit, his brain is getting bigger. This nigga was introduced telling us that he cut his brain off, the top of his head off because it just got too big. That same man is walking around, talking and living, looking at people, thinking. He's doing all of that without a brain on top of his body, without a brain inside of his body, right? Just hold that there. This same man went and made clones that are him, but his clones don't have any knowledge. Well, let me say that different. I was about to say it wrong. His clones, all the clones' knowledge start from everything Vegapunk experienced up to the time he created them. Now that they're born, let's use the word born. Now that they're born, they're Vegapunk with all the shit that he has in his mind up until that point that he just created them, right? Boom, fresh off the table. As soon as they're fresh off the table and open their eyes, they're experiencing their own life now. They're their own person now. They're Vegapunk. But all that Vegapunk data that's already downloaded inside of them stops right there, and now they're starting to upload their own data because they're experiencing their own lives. So whichever satellite he made first, Shaka walked outside, probably has separate thoughts than the other Vegapunk. The other Vegapunk's inside, doing whatever he's doing on the computer, all right? That's an example. Shaka walks outside, now he's experiencing something. Now he can come back inside and tell Vegapunk something he saw that Vegapunk didn't see, that he didn't even know Shaka saw, right? Hence, Punk Records. Vegapunk makes this system where all the satellites upload their recent discoveries, recent experiences, and the data and knowledge they collected through their own experiences. They upload that shit to Punk Records every day to keep it fresh. The main Vegapunk he's the main Vegapunk. If you think about it, his brain is remote from his body now. So that brain is sitting in a tube somewhere far away. And this dude, the same man, was trying to leave on a boat with Straw Hat Luffy and all of his crew, alive in his stellar body. That means that he can remotely move wherever the fuck he's at without a brain in his body. His brain is back at Punk Records. He can go anywhere across the world in that boat while his brain is safe at Punk Records. Okay? So, my point in saying that is, this has already been a strange situation since we've seen it. His life, his existence, like, he's not existing on normal terms anymore. That's that futuristic shit, right? This man has multiple clones of himself that are living their own lives and experiencing their own thing. We know that they share experiences up to the point that he created them, because Shaka was recalling a flashback of when he first stepped on Ohara, and the flashback shows us Egghead Vegapunk, you know, the stupid big head egg Vegapunk. We see him, we see Stella, but Shaka's the one saying it like it's from his perspective. Well, it is his perspective. He also is the first Vegapunk up until the point he was created. Not saying he's not him anymore, but up to that point, he's experiencing new shit now. He's not sharing or getting memories from that dude anymore. They all upload their shit to the main brain. The main brain is Stella's brain, sitting in Punk Records that we just saw. That dude's brain is the main one. He can send information to that main body, send it back this way, boom, boom, boom. He can do whatever he wants. So this concept of his body not housing his soul, because maybe his soul is along with his consciousness. Maybe his soul is with his ego. We don't know these things, okay? No matter what you believe in real life, because these are real life concepts, the weight of the soul and all this stuff. These are real life concepts, okay? Vegapunk is a different breed. He even talked about how he can put a switch inside of Kuma that flips his personality on and off, so it'd be like having a split personality. Boom, they flip Kuma back on, they turn the switch off, he's going back into robot mode. But Saturn didn't want that. He wanted to kill Kuma, essentially, by taking away his sense of self, taking Kuma away. And now they're left with a husk that's Kuma's body and a vessel moving on its own. This situation is similar to Vegapunk, even though it's the opposite. Kuma lost his sense of self, and his body was moving on its own. For whatever reason, his spirit is still in there, his soul, whatever, right? His emotions, puppeteer in this vessel. But Vegapunk lost his body, and his sense of self and consciousness is still out there. It's like it's kind of a reverse scenario, but it's showing you that there's something going on here, right? Okay, the concept of the soul is not brand new to One Piece, but it's never been any depth around it. We just know soul power. People have souls. Some people can control souls and do all that shit. Brook came back to life. He said the land of the dead, but that doesn't mean he actually was in a separate world where he didn't describe anything. He said, I was in the land of the dead. That's a phrase. It's a term used to he's saying he died. He was no longer in this world. He died. Who knows? He didn't say what he saw. Maybe it was just darkness for him. It felt like he was asleep and just all of a sudden woke up and with no dream. He was asleep with no dream. And then all of a sudden he never said that, right? So we don't know what happens immediately when a nigga dies. Vegapunk died. We didn't see a soul leave his body. We don't have rules on that shit. Yeah, in real life, it's still a concept, right? It's still a concept, but some of these concepts in real life, like they're labeled as beliefs, and for some people they're not beliefs. It's the truth of the world. It's how things work. Souls exist. Some people don't believe in souls and all that shit. Some people think it's just a concept. It's a theory. It's a likely theory, but a theory nonetheless. That's how it works, right? But in One Piece, where this theory can be determined to be fact or fiction, because it's a fictional world, so there is a fact out there. The fact that the soul does exist in One Piece. The fact that Kuma did get his body hijacked. He did get his personality, his ego, his sense of self and his mind wiped. How is he still in there? Vegapunk's body did just die, but what does that really mean for him? Okay, Vegapunk is built different. Not only is he the smartest scientist in the world, but you see that he transcends the regular concepts of this world, period. That's why he said, bro, the concept of you thinking about which Stella is who or which satellite is what, blah, blah, blah. That's a thing of the past, bro. We're separate people. Holograms are even real. They're not real because they breathe and bleed like us, but after you can interact with them, after they got feelings and emotions, after they can respond to you, then how can you say it's not real? What is real at that point? You questioning what's real. So this whole arc is crazy to me. Just the whole idea of these concepts being touched on and brought into One Piece's world and made completely real and being solidified as a real thing, not just something being mentioned. I wonder if hockey's going to get delved into anymore, or is it going to stay kind of obscure? Because if he made hockey more specific, then people go crazy. Okay, they'll go crazy. Power scaling is already crazy in a lot of people's heads. But this video was just a quick little talk about what's happening. I'm gonna make a bigger One Piece video. This one is not gonna be 20 minutes. I'm gonna stop it around now, 9 minutes. I might go to 10. Let's see. But I think that's all the thoughts I got on Vegapunk's situation. The main body was never the person that we've been seeing. His brain was not in his head the whole time. He's walking around like that's no different. The body that we seen, the Stella body, is no different from a skin suit. It's a robot made out of flesh. A natural born robot, but it's robot nonetheless, because he's remotely controlling this shit through his main brain that gets that gets data uploaded to it every day, and his main brain is obviously computing and doing shit because it's controlling the main body. And he's trying to have everybody connect to Punk Records, and he's trying to turn his brain into a worldwide computer so everybody can access it to get his knowledge, and he shares it and all that, and they upload their own to it, and that would have been going to his brain, but his brain would have just kept getting bigger and bigger. I mean, still probably can. We're gonna have to find it out though. I hit the 10-minute mark. This video was kind of a rant, but it's alright. I feel like I talked about some shit that a lot of people been thinking, a lot of people weren't thinking. But the fact that Vegapunk died, but he's not really dead, because what does death mean at this point? You know what I mean? Like, he's transcending all of this shit. Kuma died, but he's not really dead, but he is dead because he's not there. It's not Kuma, but he's kicking. Like, what does this mean, bro? You know? Are they going? They're not going to try to kill his brain, because if his brain is Punk Records, the Gorosei already said they need Punk Records. The only things they cared about was Punk Records, the access to the Mother Flame, and York. The ammunitions and shit for the Mother Flame and all that. But I hit the 11-minute mark. I'm ranting, man. It's a good video. I'm gonna make a bigger One Piece video, but I'm out.